Zungu is supposed to work on a patient during his duty, but that time it was the duty of a certain surgeon by the name of Iranya. So due to that tension between the two, they have failed to resolve that the operations will go on because the other surgeon said if the Muzungu goes on to work on the patient, he's going to resign. So it really tortured us, and that was what the administrator told us. He told us to keep calm. He'll call the Muzungu and he'll tell him to ascertain if the patient stays up to the week that the Muzungu will come in, if there will be no much difficulties and maybe things arising to keeping the patient that long. But I think to my dismay that information never came in. We waited, things never happened. The Easter period came, the patient stayed. So the duty of the Muzungu came in, which is this week. He wanted to come and work on the patient, but he complained that there were no people to help him in the theater. The Muzungu came, he was really pissed off, but I think he tried all that he could, but there was no result. So he wrote a referral letter. He took it, he gave it to one of us, and we were really shocked. And the person who even received the letter fainted, because little did we expect that we were going to really pay that huge amount of money during this period.
How much amount of money you were intended to pay for his operation?
The first doctor who brought the X-ray result told us, when we asked, he was like, there are two options. One option being they will work on the patient from here without stitching. So that will be maybe at no cost, but that bone needs to be stitched and through operation, which will cost not less than 30 million. And they will call for people from outside to come and do that. And they told us the day the person was taken there, the day before, those people came and worked on some patients. So until when we pay that money, they will be called to come and work on the patient. Little did we know that the Muzungu does this for free, and when he came to know about it, he sacrificed to do it for free. So during the time the referral was brought, the Muzungu also sacrificed, and he told us he will give 1 million, but I think due to that pressure and he was on tension, he gave us 960,000 to support in fueling, transporting the patient from here to Lacho.
Am I speaking to Dr. Iranya?
Yes.
Yes, doctor, you are speaking to Scovin Cheta. I'm trying to get certain information from you. Yeah, of course, I'm trying to find something from you to get a side of your version. There is an incident that happened in Moyo General Hospital where you have been working. I want to understand exactly what happened between you and Dr. Brown.
Last week, I think I was the one on duty. And then this week is Mr. Brownie. Okay?
Yes.
So there's really no conflict that happened. So Mr. Brownie and I work weekly. So 1 week you cover, 1 week you cover, there's no issue. To avoid misunderstanding and confusion, everyone should work during the week of schedule. He has a week, I have a week. That's what he said, and that's what we agreed on.
Is it true that you demand 3 million from this person?
3 million from person?
Yes.
We don't demand any money from person when we work on person. And two, the person we were talking about is a person of orthopedic surgery. You're getting it? Orthopedic surgery, I am not an orthopedic surgeon. I don't operate orthopedic person. Mr. Browning is not an orthopedic surgeon. He doesn't operate, he's not licensed to operate orthopedic person. Orthopedic persons are persons of fractures. Now, I don't know where the 3 million comes from, but Browning is not supposed to operate. Even the orthopedic persons that operated in Moyo there.
This is not the first of its kind. Such kind of confrontation is taking place between you and that doctor. Is it true?
Yeah, that is the reason why we separated the weeks. We have all personal behaviors. We grew in different environment, and every time in the work environment, even where you're working from, I think with the what do you call it, with the organization, you see that there's personal differences people have in terms of how they behave, in terms of how they deal with social issues. They are just different. Right from the beginning, we have been having issues like decision making. Like you make a decision, we are from different generations. Is trained in the 90s and 1970s. I don't know. I was trained recently. So we have differences in how we make decisions. You get clinical decisions, how we make them. So those differences are there, and usually when such differences occur in medicine, what we do is that each person makes a decision on how he treats the patient. The most important thing is the patient's outcome. I'm very happy that you've called me to clarify some of these things. I hear these rumors, politicians go and talk about it, but then they don't really come to the field to talk about some of the issues that go around. But I have to confirm to you this. Number one, there's no issue whereby someone is picking money from any patient there. The Mzungu guy doesn't pick money from patients. I don't pick money from patients. So there's a private service to give to these people. There's a price list that is given to these people. And the rule in hospital is very clear. There's no overlap. If you want private services, you go up to the private service. If you want the general public things, you come to the what? You come to the 190 where they all be, and then if nobody asks money from when you come from, but private up there they pay. And once you go there, and I think it is also approved by the council, that when patients go up there, they tell them how much money they're supposed to pay for the operation. That's what, if there's any money demanded for these people, it is from the private. And I'm not the one who demands the money, so there are people who deal with the money in the private around. To have some time of, like, when I'm not around, you can be able to operate. Like, if you cover this week, I'm not around, I do my other things. I'm not against him. I'm not about anything around. The only issue is working relationship. Do you respect the person whom you are working with? Do you respect his decision? This is where the issue comes in. So decision making is this, I'm also thinking decision making is this. It becomes difficult. And I think the hospital has tried. It has tried its level best to try to make sure that such kind of small misunderstanding don't come in. Small misunderstanding of personal behavior don't come into the work relationship by separating these weeks. But every time we work very well for like 3 or 4, 5 months, then something comes up, he interferes with my week. He comes and he wants to put something. And sometimes instead of asking, can I have this kind of thing? Like the previous week before, there were patients who were operated on orthopedic operation. I have to give you another thing also. So there are people who operated orthopedic operation. By the guy who came from Lacho, he came to operate there. I was asked that, yes, these people missed their operation. Can they do it in your week? The PNO came personally to me and says, can you give this week, this Thursday, to the Mzungu, so that they can be able to cover what he has not covered because of power problem the previous week. I said, I'm okay with it. Now, what we are going to do is, I'm going to give him the ward, and then he takes over the ward and finishes Thursday, Friday, and Sunday of that week. I can give it to him so that they can be able to operate the kind of patients he wants to operate. So there's no interference from me whenever he's doing his own. There was no information about whether this patient is going to come to operate. I didn't know that the patient had been scheduled for operation. However, this patient is not an emergency. I think I've not told you about is political interference. There is something that someone just goes and says, this guy is. Someone gave me a statement in the previous sort of conflict.
Yes.
That the reason why my predecessor, Dr. Arbako, remember, had an issue and was able to leave Moyo was because of he didn't have political support. That we had this kind of misunderstanding, small misunderstanding with the white guy.
On this particular incident, I can confirm that the scheduled operation that was supposed to have taken place on Thursday did not go ahead. But the little that I know about is that there was a communication gap between the two surgeons in the surgical ward, and therefore, because of that information gap, it was deemed impossible for the person to go. As far as the allegation of money is concerned, I have heard it from you today, and we will need time to talk to the concerned persons. We know the patient, we know his attendants, and we would talk to them to understand if indeed money was involved in this particular incident. So for now, what I can say is that as hospital administration, we are interesting ourselves in this matter. We are going to dig further and understand and look beyond what meets the eye, so that we are able to take a position as hospital administration, and that's when we can give you further information after we have reached a conclusive we have reached a conclusion that can let us give information to the public.
It's true that my office is aware that there is some slight problem in the hospital, which I try to intervene. And as I talk, the situation in the hospital has been put in order, because in the hospital we have administration. There are issues that happen sometimes in between doctors, but it's always the responsibilities of the supervisors to handle the matter. In the hospital, we have the medical superintendent who supervises all the staff, including the medical officers. So it was on Monday, on Tuesday, I may say, when I received a call from a patient informing me about what has transpired in the medical ward. So I responded immediately. I went to the ward in charge. We had a meeting with them. I interrogated, but I've assigned the medical administration to take that matter up.